another breaking news coming in at the moment. Another Air India flight has been cancelled. This is an Ahmedabad-London flight that has been cancelled here. Big breaking news coming in. We will try and get more details about this big update that's coming in at the moment. So far, what we are given to understand is that an Air India flight now has been cancelled. Another flight that was on the very same route from Ahmedabad to London. We understand just a few days back, this tragedy struck when an Ahmedabad-London flight had crashed into the BJ Medical College building in Ahmedabad, and a number of lives were lost then. Of course, investigation is taking place into that crash, but we understand now this is yet another flight we are given to understand that now has been cancelled. For what reasons? We will try and get more details about this. My colleague Shiv Arur also joins us on the broadcast here. Shiv, take us through the details.
Well, early details coming in that AI 159, which is the renamed Ahmedabad-London flight, which was AI 171 that crashed last Thursday, killing 241 people on board. This is the first flight since then on the same sector. It's an Air India flight. It is a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, we are given to understand, and it is on that identical sector between Ahmedabad and London Gatwick. We are told that aircraft has not taken off. The flight has been cancelled as a result of some kind of a technical snag. Now, the details of why the flight has not been permitted to take off is not clear just now. Remember, this comes in the wake of enhanced safety inspections that have been imposed by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation on some of Air India's 787 Dreamliner fleet. There are 34 such aircraft in service with Air India, and all of them are subject to enhanced safety inspections before every flight. Whether the disruption of this particular flight's schedule has something to do with that or something more serious would be a matter of conjecture just now, but clearly it has been deemed serious enough to actually cancel the flight. Cancelling a flight is never an easy decision. These are Air India would have been looking forward to getting this sector going once again. It's a very busy sector, and just a few days after the Air India AI 171 tragedy last Thursday, today's Tuesday, 4 or 5 days later, getting this aircraft back on track, getting this flight back on track, renaming it AI 159 would have been something that Air India would have wanted to do successfully without a hitch. Clearly, that has not happened. We're awaiting details from both Air India as well as the DGCA and the Ahmedabad airport about why precisely this flight has been cancelled, why that aircraft is still on the ground. It should have taken off by now. The same, around the same time as when takeoff would have been, 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon is what that scheduled takeoff time is. That has not happened. There are voices coming in from the Ahmedabad airport, families of passengers who were supposed to be on that flight, talking about a technical snag. We don't know if they've been given accurate information, but the big headline right now that NDTV is breaking is that AI 159, the first Air India Dreamliner flight from Ahmedabad to London since the tragedy last week, is still on the ground. The flight has been cancelled owing to a possible technical snag. We're awaiting more information.
You're saying, Shiv, as you've been mentioning, that it's not an easy decision to cancel a flight, and this was, of course, days after that tragedy that took place in Ahmedabad, that this AI 159 flight was operating on the very same route from Ahmedabad to London, and now it has been cancelled. Passengers, of course, are saying that they haven't been given any information, and what happens next, they are also not sure. But this is definitely in order to ensure the safety of passengers, for security reasons, that the decision must have been taken.
That is correct. Just a quick correction. This was not the first flight since AI 171. There have been other Air India flights that have been operating on this sector since then. But this would be the first flight, therefore, that has been grounded in this manner, and that flight actually being cancelled. But you're right when you say that enhanced safety, possibly a heightened sensitivity to any kind of possible information regarding a technical fault or a mechanical fault would have been there. But like I said, quick correction, not the first flight. There have been flights on this sector before this as well. But AI 159, which is basically the renamed AI 171. Remember, AI 171, that name has been dropped. It will never be used again because of its association with a horrific tragedy. And Air India doesn't want to have anything to do with that number ever again. And therefore, AI 159 is the new name for this this sector, for this particular flight. It has not taken off, but we are still figuring out what precisely the nature of that, of that concern was that has forced this difficult decision not to proceed with this flight.
Yes, of course. Shiv, I'll just come back to you. My colleague Ishwarya Jain also now joins us on the broadcast. He's been getting more details here. Ishwarya, take us through the details. What more is being known?
Well, just a quick update to this. It's not a technical glitch. Operational issues were there on this flight AI 159, and that's what confirmed by the airport officials as well, that due to the operational reasons, the flight has been cancelled. That was bound to London Gatwick. This is the same route that the Air India operationalized, and due to the operational reasons, we have been told that this flight was cancelled. So a slight correction to that and an update which we are getting from the airport officials. Yes, of course, it's not a small task to just cancel any flight. It is all the checks and balances that needs to be done. There were several new norms that were issued before any flight takes off, and therefore the reason, perhaps because of some operational issue, the Air India found out before the flight takes off, and the passengers are currently stranded at the Ahmedabad airport is what we have been told. They have been told that there would be a new flight that will be given to them and details would be provided to them, but they are stuck at the Ahmedabad airport and waiting for some new information that they can get from the Air India.
All right, Ishwarya, we have reactions coming in from the passengers of this flight. Of course, the flight has been cancelled, and we understand it's being looked into as to what was the reason behind this. Let's also first listen in to what the passengers have to say.
पवन कुमार हसमुख भाई है, राइट। मैं पाटन से आ रहा हूँ। अभी मेरा 4 घंटे का ट्रैवलिंग था। एयर इंडिया से बुक की थी मैंने। अभी 1 बजे की फ्लाइट थी। 1 बज के लंदन गेटविक जा रहा था मैं। अभी अंदर जाके पता चला कि भाई चलो फ्लाइट कैंसिल हो गई है। मैंने कहा चलो ठीक है, देखते हैं क्या रीज़न है। मैंने जाके पूछा कि भाई क्या रीज़न है, क्यों फ्लाइट कैंसिल की। वो बोले कि सर वी डोंट नो व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन, राइट। मैंने कहा भाई ये क्या बात हुई कि व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन, मतलब यू आर अ क्रू मेंबर, राइट। तुम्हारे पास कुछ ऐसा रीज़न होना चाहिए कि इसकी वजह से फ्लाइट कैंसिल हुई है। अगर फ्लाइट मेंटेनेंस में भी गई है तो भी बताओ, सही है। और ये टाइम है कोई मेंटेनेंस करवाने का। तो उनके पास कुछ जवाब नहीं है, कोई आंसर नहीं है उनके पास, राइट। वो अभी रिफंड का पूछा, बोल रहे हैं रिफंड अभी हम कुछ बता नहीं सकते। रिफंड कैसे, मैंने कहा कैसे मिलेगा। बोले कि आप ऑनलाइन जाओ। ऑनलाइन कहाँ जाओ। तो ये सब अभी उन्होंने आप लोगों को कुछ नहीं बताया। वापस बस वो हमारा नाम नंबर लिख दिया, PNR नंबर लिख दिया फ्लाइट टिकट का। बोल रहे हैं कल सुबह 11 बजे आ जाओ। मैंने कहा ठीक है, अभी मैं पाटन से आ रहा हूँ, ठीक है। तो अभी मेरे आने जाने का एक्सपेंसेस वो कैसे होगा। वो बोला वो हम नहीं जानते, वो आप देख लो अपने हिसाब से। अगर आपको होटल जाना है तो ये आप देख रहे हैं, उन्होंने बस की है स्लीपर कोच, वो अभी होटल ले जा रहे हैं। अभी मैं मेरी फैमिली के साथ आया, होटल में जाके क्या करूँ। मैं और मेरी वाइफ 2 लोग जा रहे थे। तो ये सब बिल्कुल।
All right, so the passengers there at the airport, they're stranded, and they've been clearly saying that they haven't been given any explanation from the authorities yet as to why the flight was cancelled and any reason for that. We understand alternate flight or alternate arrangement will be made for these passengers, but so far this is the latest information that's coming in at the moment.